Today, I'm going to share 5 things I started doing that helped me lose 45 pounds of menopausal belly fat. When I started to gain weight at lightning speed at 45 years old, I had no idea what was going on, and I really wondered if I was going to be able to lose weight. I just kept gaining and losing the same weight for the first time in my life. So I was ecstatic when I found out how normal this was and that there was a solution. I had become insulin resistant from being premenopausal. I was pre-diabetic, tired all the time, and hungry within 2 hours of eating a full meal. The solution was almost too good to be true. Cut out carbs, period. I was so used to believing weight loss happened when you ate low fat, I had no idea what a high carb diet was doing to my body. So I started following a plan of 20 grams of total carbs per day, and the weight came off pretty much effortlessly for the first 30 pounds. That's it. I didn't cut protein. I didn't cut fat, just carbs. I was sleeping better. I wasn't getting night sweats, and endless hunger no longer had a pull on me like before. Eventually, I just got rid of the tempting foods, but low carb definitely dropped the food noise significantly. After I lost the first 30 pounds, the weight loss started to slow down. What had been working great was clearly not going to take me to the next level. So I had to go back to the drawing board. The only lever I had left was to figure out exactly how much I was eating and how much I needed to cut back to keep losing weight. Plain and simple. At 5'2", I was eating approximately 1,100 to 1,200 calories per day, but I was struggling to drop any more weight. So I decided to drop 1 to 200 calories per day and monitor what happened. The truth? Being over 50 and short, I had to go lower than what standard advice recommends. Like it or not, fair or not. Eventually, I got the calorie target where I was seeing weight loss happen, so I knew I was at the right place. The combination of low carb and the right amount of calories got the needle moving again. James Clear said, "Your habits change depending on the room you're in and the cues in front of you." He is referring to our inability to sustain habits when our environment is not conducive to them. For example, it will be impossible to not grab a donut if you have to walk by a table full of them. So I learned very early on that I had to get that food out of the house and not bring it back in, ever. I'd like to think that I have self-control, but I've proven too many times I'm just lying to myself. Sometimes people might be tempted to think it was easier for me to lose weight than them, but it's not true. I am just as susceptible to cheating on my plan as anyone else. But I've learned to master my environment. I only keep things in my house that won't tempt me. I don't restrict myself, meaning I can have anything at any time, but I have to go out and get it. If it's that important to grab a sundae at 10 o'clock at night, then I have to be willing to get back out of my pajamas on a cold, dark night to pick it up. Truthfully, that almost never happens now because it's just not worth the effort. Back in high school, I developed a very bad habit. Every night, I would vow that tomorrow I was going to start my new weight loss plan. I would get so excited thinking of myself losing weight, fitting into the cool clothes, and looking great. So the very next morning, I would try to eat less, and just like clockwork by the afternoon, I would end up indulging in either too many calories or I would start eating things that weren't on my plan. After feeling defeated and disappointed for a while, I would firmly promise myself that tomorrow I was going to do it. And I would get excited all over again. But I started to notice this became a daily pattern. Each day, resolving to lose weight and being so excited for the change, and the next, falling off the wagon, over and over. The reality was, I didn't really have a plan. I didn't know how much weight I wanted to lose. I didn't even really know how to lose weight, and I certainly didn't know what or how much I needed to eat. And because of that, I never did make much progress. Fast forward to 2 years ago. I was 51 years old, and I was at the highest weight of my life. I finally made up my mind I had to get serious. So within a month, I was able to find some cutting edge research about menopausal weight gain and come up with a reasonable plan to try. That led me to 2 years of losing 45 pounds. And I would say one of the biggest skills I learned was the habit of building consistency. The problem I was having in high school is that as soon as I made a mistake, I had this all or nothing thinking. If I blew it, that's it. Now I have to wait until tomorrow. I had to be perfect or it didn't count. What I've learned now is that it is more important to make progress than reach perfection. When I first started, I made changes slowly but surely. I started cutting my carbs back, but not completely. I started bringing foods into the house that helped me stick to my plan more often. And I listened to people who lost weight successfully, which slowly changed my mindset. I didn't try to change full force. And over time, my habits all started moving in the right direction. My good habits started to increase, my bad ones started to decrease, and I became more consistent. And because of that, now it's very rare that I go off track. An example of making progress would look like going for a 10 or 20-minute walk every day, and then as you get more comfortable, building up to more time. It's more important that you start building a habit consistently than that you do it perfectly. As you build consistency, you will just naturally start to improve on it. One of the biggest mistakes I see women make is their on again, off again relationship with losing weight. I've been guilty of this myself. If they are in weight loss mode, they eat one way. If they are off their plan, they go back to their old way of eating. The truth? Once you've lost the weight, you can never go back. Unless, of course, you want to gain it all back. When I started this journey, I decided to only look forward from now on. I can never go back to the way I used to live and eat. Not if I want to keep my success. Even Oprah recently admitted that no matter how many times she lost weight, the minute she looked back and returned to old habits, the weight came right back. Now, I'm not perfect either. I've fallen off the plan during this journey many times, but I've learned to get back on as quickly as I can. It's not easy. Each time I have to make the choice. Today, will I maintain my weight? Will I lose weight? Or will I gain weight? It's up to me. And it's your choice as well. Now, if you'd like to hear what I ate to lose 45 pounds, I walk you through it in this video right here in the end screen. Good luck.